Two deadly robberies almost exactly 21 years apart at convenience stores owned by Farouk Bindi. Mondays claimed his life.
Police say his surveillance video system helped lead them to a suspect. And as Mark Holmberg reports tonight, Bindi was a big believer in surveillance. It helped ID the cold-blooded robber who struck 21 years earlier and earned the shooter a harsh sentence.
Almost exactly 21 years before Farouk Bindi was shot to death in his Mechanicsville Turnpike convenience store, he could have very easily been killed during a robbery at his store here in Fulton Bottom. As it was, his clerk was fatally shot in the face.
Farouk Bindi's long experience with robberies played a big role in the arrest of 19-year-old Jamon Burrows, charged with the murder of the 64-year-old store owner, much loved in his community.
Oh, God.
The interior of the Expressway store was watched by multiple surveillance cameras, covering every angle, capturing the 9:45 p.m. robbery Monday, January 30th.
We were able to show some of the photos that we had to people, and they were able to help us identify who this person was.
It was a lesson Bindi learned a quarter century ago at his Hop-In Government Road convenience store in Fulton Bottom, one of the most robbed businesses in Richmond. It was hit 14 times in the 7 years leading up to the tragic shooting and robbery 21 years ago. That happened at 11:45 a.m., January 30th, 1992. Bindi ordinarily would have been at the store, which was watched by 4 different cameras, according to court testimony at the time. Those cameras showed a young man getting a bottle of beer out of the cooler, walking up and firing a pistol right into the face of the clerk, 52-year-old Kareem Barani. A young accomplice cleans out the cash register as the bleeding clerk, his jaw shattered and spinal cord severed, cries out on the tape, "Oh God, please help me." Richmond Judge James Lumpkin, watching and listening to that video, called the shooting merciless and inhuman and sentenced the 21-year-old shooter to life plus 60 years. The clerk lived for a while, paralyzed, breathing with a ventilator. That incident was devastating for Farouk Bindi, his son told CBS 6 last night, as the family continued to mourn their loss, 21 years after the other heartbreaker. A prayer vigil will be held at the Mechanicsville store Friday at 6 p.m.
The clerk who was shot in the face during the robbery here 21 years ago, Kareem Barani, he lived for 10 months before he finally died, suffering through most of it. In Fulton Bottom, Mark Holmberg, CBS 6 News.